Okay, so welcome to the explanation video of the student management system desktop application, which I've already dropped a video in my channel of the whole output and how it works and all that stuff. So let's jump off to the code, to the main Python code of the application. So first comes the import part. I have imported the OS module. This is a built-in module in Python you can simply get by installing Python. Uh, okay, so second comes the tkinter module. Actually, it's the toolkit interface. It's actually it's an acronym, tkinter. Okay, so then comes some sub modules of tkinter. From tkinter import everything. It imports all the function, right? So and then kit.font is all the font part and all the stuff. And then comes SQLite 3, daytime, web browser. I will explain that later on in the video because you can't understand everything at the first, right? So let's minimize this take input function, display list function, show history function, and these are three main functions which I have defined before defining the main window. So actually this tkinter module works like we have to define windows and main loops of windows. You can see here I have defined a window as toolkit actually helps to build windows in Python. All right, so it is actually responsible for making this window, and the number of components I define as toolkit, it will provide me an output as a window. And if we pack some things like text, labels, buttons, and menu bars, meaning all the things up in that window, it will provide us the whole packed output of a window. That is what tkinter does in Python. uh, okay, so here is the title of the Windows student management system. I can give student management system version 1.0. This is actually version 1.0. It's not super basic, but it's a basic window, because we can work on different we can work on more advanced things in tkinter. Okay, I have gone up to pretty depth, and I just enable this feature that places our window in the at the center of our screen, right? So you can see that this application window is placed at the center of my screen. Isn't it amazing? Okay, so let's close this. And now comes the height width of the window, which I've set as 800 and 390. This width is 800 pixels and height is 390 pixels and all that stuff. So okay, and here comes the icon. You can see an icon at the topmost corner, and this icon also we have to make this icon, and the resources. You can see these four main files. These are the four main files. Also there is another main file, xlsx, which I will explain later on. Okay, so not explaining this kind of things because actually this is a background image and all the stuff. You can see a background image in the background, which is actually this image. Resources, yeah, this student image.png, and I've converted the same file to ICO. This is as I mentioned is as a square, so it is somewhat looking odd. Okay, yeah, see, you can see this is same image in the background, and it's also, I can just explain you a little bit of thing that okay, just wait a minute, let it open. Yeah, you can see from here that I have adjusted the this is the image, this is the main image, and I have adjusted the dimensions to 800 into 390, and here in the code you can see it's itself 800 and 390 windows, so it becomes a background image that covers everything in the background, right? So why this try except is being used, because actually some Linux subsystems, some Linux operating systems actually, Linux operating systems do not support this type of icon embedding. The code is actually different. So I have coded this specifically for Windows, because actually some of the command prompt commands make it too awesome and very super quick to operate on some very difficult tasks. As for an example, if we can click on options history and generate text file, so actually this is being generated using command prompt. This command prompt window, right, is appearing for a very short amount of time, or the code is actually executed in background which you cannot see. Because of this I have I've developed this application in Windows, but next time at the version 2.0, I shall keep it as cross-platform application. So let's see it at the second version. Okay, so coming to this, these are some of the this I talked about. This is a menu. Here you can see actually we are having one cascade here, options and history. We can directly give history, uh, but I've tried something new. This was actually a separator where I've added an exit command which actually works with your Python files, but it will not work with this. Okay, let's go back. It will not work with this exe file. This exe file is actually all the contains actually all the required modules and all the Python executions into one file. In this one single file you will get everything that is required to run this application. That's make it too special. So the exit command is not supported in this terminal, so I have removed the exit command. Otherwise it would be more suitable for you to get an exit command under options or at the display list. You should get an exit command right here. It was there. I am showing you the code. It was there. I've commented it out. If you want, after seeing this video, if you want to add an exit command from your Python file, then you can remove these two comments, right? You can remove these two hashtags and enable your exit command and add your own exit command, right? So I'm not explaining this, but this is I have styled it up to the next level. I can style it. You can see in the background image, you can see a very good color combination in the screen, almost red, blue, green, white, and all this very unique color combination. I worked on it very hard actually. So take input, you can see there are some specifications which will be satisfied, which until not satisfied will not run the main input. Okay, so let's check once. Suppose I name Alex for I've also named it Alex in my output video. Roll number 1, max 100, stake input. Okay, so I'm just entering one data here, and if someone, suppose you don't know or intently you want to replace someone called Smith, to the roll number 1 and marks with 90 marks. So as the roll number is 1 and there is already a student existing in the same location, until and unless you delete this record, no students will be embedded at the first roll number except Alex. Alright, if we click on take input, so it shows that roll number 1 is already assigned. It's also showing the roll number. Right, you can go to the display list and you see that, yeah, the roll number 1 is assigned. There is a scroll bar. You can add many data, and to manage large amount of data, this system is not totally what to say, not totally up to the mark to manage lots and lots of data. So that's why I have included a feature called open in Excel, which when you will click this feature, it will take some time and open Microsoft Excel in your computer. Just wait a minute, it will automatically open. Yeah, you can see this Office Excel is being open in your computer. Yeah, and you can see that Alex, okay, sorry, you can see that roll number 1 name Alex and Mark Samuel is there. All right, so you can manage lots of data here. You can simply manage lots of data. You can add rows and columns to write, insert comment, insert. So shift cells down, shift cells down, shift cells right, shift cells right. Okay. Yeah, you can see that you can add a class. Suppose I image 12 and bam. So your class is 12, your roll number is 1, your name is Alex, and this is some experts. You already know this Excel, why I'm teaching you all the stuff. So you can add several columns, rows, and all the stuff to it. You can simply merge center. Right. You can simply merge all this data. You can select a large amount and merge it like this. You can add rows and columns, and this is simply suitable for you. You are starting at very root level and going to the next level of this management. All right, and this is version 1. You will just wait for version 2 or version 3 or version 4 to come, which will be more advanced than this, which will be a full screen window, which will which you can manage using keyboard shortcuts and all the stuff. I've planned some things. Okay, so let's not reveal all the plans. These are all packing different buttons into it, and I will simply explain this import modules where I've used this. So the take input, I've used the SQLite3.connect. This connects you to the database which I'm using for storing the files. Okay, so I'm not recommending this. So actually, if I delete this file from here, my data will be deleted. Right, my data will be deleted. I'm just performing this task. Right click on it, click on delete, it's deleted. Right. So if I run the application, it's running, it's giving an error, SQLite treated operation error. Right, if we close this application, this playlist, okay, so it's causing an error because but you but there is remedy to everything. So you can see this management.db is back. It recreates itself. Suppose you have taken the output in Excel and saved an XLSX file or a PDF file, your data to a PDF file or an XLSX file or a Word file or any other extension, and save the file somewhere else, and you're not using this database file for storing all your data. If it if it deletes somehow, you can manage simply new things. All right. uh, Take care. Name Sam, roll number supposed to, marks give it 95 or 98. Simple. Take input, record it successfully, and bam, it's back. So actually Python is so powerful that it recreates everything, and I have coded something that a few modules help you to recreate things. Here it is recreating things in the recreating management.db, and it's making this table available. I have kept an empty management.db when we will download, because otherwise it should prompt an error get um, if it not gets anything. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty all of the functions. And if I go to depth, you can see that this is being embedded in the history file. See Alex, Smith, Sam, I've entered it in this video. You can clear history records and go back and see no history found. Okay, this embedding in the history.txt. This con.cursor uses actually SQLite 3 connection. Yeah, con.cursor. And there are some queries. This query will be executed and all the stuff. This is actually made using different tools, different inbuilt tools. Only the OpenPyXL one, I've used this OpenPyXL import workbook. If you are executing from your exe file that I have made, you will not face any errors. But if you use Python, then you should write this command in your terminal. I'm just opening this terminal in my PyCharm. I let it open. Okay, maybe it's lagging a little bit. So right here, pip install OpenPyXL and press enter, and it will show requirement satisfied for my case. But for your case, if you don't have the module already installed, so you can see that requirement already satisfied is being prompted in my case, but in your case it will be different if you're not already worked on this module. Okay, yeah, here I've embedded that in the Excel, designed this, yeah, border to 14, vertical center, and this is the web browser. Actually, if I run this application, click on display list and click on rate us, it will open my browser and will automatically open form link, Google Forms link, because actually from this application it will be very hard to take the response. So you can rate 5 stars, submit. Yeah, your response will be recorded. I can see your feedback. So that's pretty all, and you can see the main functions is so much big, so history and all the stuff. Okay, there are mainly three windows. If I briefly explain, options, history, this is one window, and this is the main window where you can enter data, and this is the third window. You can go back for this, or you can go add record and come back. Okay, so that's all. These are three windows, there are three menu bars, and that's all. Pretty good for stream management version 1.0. Yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, like this code, then please hit the like button in this video and just show your response. Also rate this application in the Google Forms link. As I've mentioned, click on rate us and it will open a Google Forms link in your browser. Please rate us so that I can see your feedback on this, and I will be more motivated for making the version 2 on this. It can also be on some different language. Okay, I use Python for this purpose, but I can use some other powerful tools for the version 2.0, right? Stay tuned, subscribe my channel, and just wait for more amazing application projects and more Python, more coding projects, all right? So stay tuned. I'm in this video here. Bye bye to all.